Well, here it is, the first of our Power Professional Wrestling main events, featuring the Freebirds against the Fantastics. Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts against Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. This match just getting underway. Rogers and Roberts kind of testing the water, and listen to the chant here at Shreveport at the Hirsch Coliseum. The people are chanting, "Go home, Freebirds." There's a lot of people who would like to see the Freebirds out of the area, but I know of one person in particular that wants to keep them around so that he can get a little taste of revenge on them, and that's my father, Cowboy Bill Watts. He is definitely ready for the Freebirds. He's been training. He's been getting psyched up. And when he comes to the ring, he comes loaded for bear. Some of you people have been seeing the baseball bat that he's been carrying with him lately. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Collar and elbow tie-up. Rogers. Oh, man, a flying mare by Buddy Roberts. A couple of them there. He goes to the well, but Rogers catches him in a rear double cup. And the threat of a pinfall sends Buddy Roberts back to his own corner for a little bit of sanctuary there. Michael Hayes on the outside of the ring. Michael's been gaining a lot of notoriety here in the UWF lately. Not only because of his commentary, but because of his actions in the ring. His threats to Ted DiBiase, to Terry Taylor. A recent incident involving Steve Dr. Death Williams from the New Orleans Lakefront Arena. By the way, we'll be showing you that match in its entirety next week. Ted DiBiase against Terry Gordy. Dr. Death severely injured in that bout. Whoa, Tommy Rogers taken in hard into the turnbuckle. Roberts with the chop in the corner. A hard elbow. Buddy Roberts has really geared up for the UWF competition. I think Buddy's probably in the best shape I've seen him in several years of wrestling. Harder than I've ever seen. As I said, he's geared up for everybody. He's even challenged my father. And when you're taking on 300 pounds of bad, you know he's got to be confident of his ability. And of course, he gets talked up by Michael Hayes quite a bit, the spiritual leader of the Freebirds. And here we see him. And the getting to be all too familiar moonwalk. Michael struts his stuff. But it appears that Bobby Fulton wants a timeout here. With Bobby Fulton doing the strut. A little shake of the hips, and that sends Michael Hayes into an egotistical frenzy as we see Bobby Fulton and Michael Hayes about to tie up. Like I said before, this is the first of our Power Pro main events. Coming up next, we have Terry Gordy going against Terry Taylor for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. Stick around, because that match is going to be a barn burner, and it looks like this one's turning into one as well. Bobby Fulton with arm drags on Michael Hayes. Hayes trying to get away from both these men, but they've got him cornered, and Hayes makes it in for the tag. Hayes makes it in for the tag, and as we see with so many of the great tag teams, the Freebirds like to use the quick tag as much as anybody. It's a tactic that can be very effective. When you're switching off your partners quickly, you've got a lot more energy between the two of you, a lot more stamina. And now it's Bobby Fulton and Buddy Roberts tying up, but Buddy Roberts there with a quick single leg. And he looks to really be applying some pressure to Bobby Fulton's knee, and not only that, he's using the tights, positioning the referee like the true veteran that he is. Buddy Roberts really cranking the knee and the tights of Bobby Fulton. Fulton is in a bad predicament here. I'm sure his knee's in a lot of pain, but in the threat of the pinfall, I'm not sure which one is more pressing on his mind, the pain in his knee or the onset of a pinfall. In either instance, Buddy Roberts is cheating all over the place. The referee, Tommy Gilbert, I think, caught it out of the corner of his eye there, and he is forcing Buddy Roberts to break the hold. Good call, Tommy. Tommy Gilbert, a fine official. Tommy is fast establishing himself as one of the finest officials in the wrestling business. And of course, he's been through a lot here in the UWF. He suffered a recent back injury that he's recovering from that put him in the hospital. Tommy's a trooper, as is Tommy Rogers. Tommy Rogers has quite a bit of heart. Many people feel that he's one of the most underrated wrestlers in wrestling. As a single competitor, he's great. The Fantastics, of course, on top of the heap now as the UWF Tag Team Champions. Tommy Rogers, like I said before, great athlete, a lot of heart, a lot of desire, but he also knows how to bend the rules, and he will fight fire with fire, as we see Tommy Rogers using the tights in a very similar maneuver to what Buddy Roberts was using on Bobby Fulton earlier. And now Fulton again in taking over on Buddy Roberts. And now it's Roberts who looks to be in the predicament for the pinfall. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back here very shortly with the conclusion of this great match from Shreveport at the Hearst Coliseum.
I wouldn't have the nerve to ask you to drive all the way to Atlantic City to buy a new car unless I knew I could beat anybody's price. Well, I can, and I'll put my money on the line. Here's the deal. I'll beat anybody's price on a new Cadillac, Pontiac, Chevrolet, or Chevy truck, period. If I can't, I'll give you $500. I'm not foolish. I'm confident. I want your business, and I'm willing to earn it.
If you've ever considered entering the ever-growing construction marketplace, consider this. Delaware Valley School of Trades will train you for your career. Building renovations, carpentry, electricity, or plumbing training could be the key to your future. Delaware Valley School of Trades admissions, financial aid, and placement offices can help you to build your future. Look around you. There's construction everywhere. Get in on the growth. Call this number to find out what a difference 6 months can make.
Delaware Valley School of Trades.
The latest AccuWeather forecast, all day, every hour on the half hour, from 65 WSJT.
Here's the latest AccuWeather forecast on 65 WSJT.
The tropics are being pumped into southern New Jersey again thanks to high pressure over the southeastern states. It'll be a warm, oppressive night with temperatures getting no lower than the 70s. Much drier areas sweeping eastward across the plains, causing scattered showers and thunderstorms from the Mississippi Valley into western Ohio. It'll be our turn tomorrow with a shower, heavier thunderstorm likely in the area, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. We'll also have some sun tomorrow and a sticky 90 or so degrees. The drier air will move in Monday, allowing for a good deal of sunshine, lower humidity, but still warm temperatures in the upper 80s. Tuesday will be similar. Then the heat and humidity will return for midweek. For AccuWeather, this is meteorologist Dave Bowers.
Buddy Roberts aggressively attacking the back of Bobby Fulton as we rejoin this Power Professional Wrestling main event, the Fantastics against the Freebirds. And if you've just joined us, you have caught a classic matchup. Bobby Fulton attempting to make his way out of this bear hug. He slaps his forearms across the ears of Buddy Roberts, and it breaks him free of that bear hug. And Michael Hayes is quick to get back into that ring and attack the back area of Bobby Fulton. They have turned it into their game plan, and it is proving to be effective because they have Bobby Fulton in a big predicament at this point. He's out on the announcer's table. Looks to be in a lot of pain. Tommy Rogers coming to the aid of his partner. These two cheer each other on and help each other out spiritually as well as physically. And of course, they get a lot of fan support, and they say that it helps drive them along in their matches when they get down. And oh man, Bobby Fulton went for the flying body press, but Michael Hayes was not there. And Bobby Fulton came crashing down hard on the canvas. Michael Hayes putting the punishment on Bobby Fulton now. Buddy Roberts in, attacking with a kick, side backbreaker. Roberts, as I said before, is aggressively attacking that lower back area on Fulton. And of course, this is classic tag team strategy. As long as they can keep Fulton in the ring and keep attacking that back area, the Freebirds are good enough to where they could pull off a victory. And Buddy Roberts again using the tights back there. Buddy Roberts inflicting a lot of pain on Bobby Fulton, and he cradles a leg and goes for a fall. Fulton kicks out, however. Buddy Roberts is one man who can dish it out, but he can also take it. Unlike a Hacksaw Duggan who goes with pain and injury, as we saw earlier in the hour, Buddy Roberts is a man who thrives on pain and injury. Michael Hayes comes into the ring and begins the attack on Bobby Fulton. Huge fist to the breadbasket. Michael Hayes goes after the choke. Tommy Gilbert counting him out of it. Michael Hayes has a 4 count to break it up, and he is shading that count and using every millisecond of it. As Michael Hayes signals to his partner, they're trying to position the referee for some kind of a, yes, Buddy Roberts came off the top rope, and the Freebirds' little plan worked. Hayes with the lateral press, but Fulton gets his foot on the rope, and Michael Hayes was so sure that it was going to be a 3 count, and he thought it was over. And that proved to be just enough of a distraction for Bobby Fulton to fire it up and start hammering Hayes, but hammering is not doing the job, as Hayes and Fulton, jockeying for position, end up in a collision right in the middle of the ring. Bobby Fulton is getting up slowly, as is Hayes, but looks as if Hayes made the tag first. Roberts coming in, but Bobby Fulton, with that last ounce of energy, pours it out and makes the tag to Tommy Rogers. And now you're going to see a buzzsaw in action as Tommy Rogers firing it up on both the Freebirds. He's trying to get that momentum built up in a hurry. Tommy Rogers has that second wind, that reserve of steam that every great athlete has. Whoa, look at the Freebirds, what a move. It looked as if the Fantastics really had the Freebirds in a lot of trouble there, but the Freebirds turned it around. You've got to give credit where credit's due. They really hammered the Fantastics. But can the Fantastics come back from it? You see Tommy Rogers on the outside of the ring. Tommy's going up. But Buddy and Michael, oh, look at this. Flying body press off the top rope. Tommy Rogers with a very, very risky move there. Tommy Gilbert just missed it. All 4 men in the ring battling it out. Roberts with the body slam. Hayes hammering Fulton. Roberts goes for another body slam, and he has Rogers in a predicament now. The tide is changing very quickly, but inside drop cradle by Tommy Rogers. He gets the 3 count on Buddy Roberts. And a victory for the Fantastics, a big one for the UWF Tag Team Champions. Let's go back to Jim Ross.